Hi, beautiful people. Hope you guys are doing fantastic wherever you are in the world. So let's get straight into this. Since Without a Crystal Ball has turned up back on the Blanchards, she has been trying to infiltrate the anti-gypsy community. And it seems as though she is trying to get the number one spot, as in she wants to be the go-to for all things Gypsy Rose. And it's quite nauseating to actually sit and watch, and she just cannot seem to get her story straight. She has been going on some Orbits Live, even Hello Starlight's Live, and the way she carries herself, it's embarrassing. She feels that because she has so many subs, she feels that she is above them all, yet she is on their panels and tries to control their lives. And let's not talk about TikTok. If you are interested in seeing who the real Without a Crystal Ball, aka Katie Joy, is, I highly suggest you go and watch her over on TikTok. So this is the second time that Katie Joy has actually turned on the Blanchards, and she seems to be crying wolf and saying how she was manipulated and she was drinking the Kool-Aid. Bullshit. She was stirring the Kool-Aid after Gypsy had poured in the Kool-Aid and then Christy poured in the water. So basically, Katie Joy is no different from them. She is equally as bad and dangerous. No one in a 5-year friendship doesn't see the red flags that Katie Joy claims that she actually saw later on down the line. I can understand if a person was in a 5-year intimate relationship, maybe then I would say, okay, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. That is clearly not the case here. And another thing, Katie Joy has brought nothing to the table. In regard to spilling the tea about the Blanchards or about Gypsy, she herself was in the dark and remains in the dark until she catches up on other creators' content as to what has been going on. Example, people have been talking about the real Dan. When Natasha Cooper went on her live on TikTok to address Skippity Doodah, I think that's her name, about interviewing Nick Goldejohn, Natasha Cooper made mention about the real Dan. The next day, Katie Joy made a TikTok about this guy by the name of Dan. Didn't mention or credit Natasha Cooper. She presented this as if she figured it all out on her own, and she showed his full criminal records. When I say full, I mean she doxed him with his full social security number. And that post was up for hours. Hours. Later on in the evening, she went and did a TikTok live. And while she was on a TikTok live, after I think towards the end of her live, was she given the heads up that she had doxed Dan T. Glidewell, she abruptly ended her TikTok live and she went to rectify this issue. She didn't rectify the issue. She again doxed Dan, but this time leaving in his full address.
Yeah.
Then she went on to some Orbits Live and was asked a question by somebody else that was on panel. And this is how that went.
Who doxed Dan?
Huh?
Did you dox Dan, Katie? So like the actual Dan. Not
Could
the
you
husband.
stop asking me questions from the chat from these people?
The chat's what makes the show, though. The chat's like,
No, I'm not going to answer these questions, Charlotte. I didn't dox anyone.
I'm asking a question. I'm neutral here. I asked you a question because people keep saying it in the chat. So I'm asking you the question.
I've asked repeatedly to not engage with these people that are intentionally trying to start things.
Well, it's a lot of people, so
it's the same 5 people. All right, good night,
it's the
everyone.
people that hate her, so you know.
Yeah,
it is
Charlotte,
what it is.
stop. I'm asking you to stop.
Okay.
I mean, Charlotte wouldn't have known.
I don't know. No, I don't.
What does that have to do with this topic?
Because we're talking about Dan and how unfair it was that, like, let's drop Dan, let's not speak about Dan. It's a shame that Dan was exposed, blah, blah, blah.
I put up his court records. I put up his court records.
I'm talking, Katie. Just like when you were talking, you asked me to be quiet till you finished. Yeah, she's gone. There you go.
Who the hell does Katie Joy think she is to be talking to people like that? And especially this young lady who only asked a question. Because Katie Joy clearly stated that he didn't deserve, talking about Dan in this. She says that Dan did not deserve to be put in a situation because he was not involved.
That's not true.
It's not true. And it's not fair to Dan, right? Like, he's a real person and that's a crime you don't want to put on someone's head that he wasn't involved in.
And also, she had no problem answering other questions from the chat. And she should learn to respect other people's platforms or space. This is a typical example of how she feels that because she has a bigger platform, that the other smaller creators' platforms that she goes on is actually beneath her. Charlotte, or was it Apple Charlotte, did no wrong. She had nothing to feel bad about, to apologize for, and had no reason to feel the way Katie Joy made her feel. Katie Joy blatantly lied and said that she did not dox anybody. Katie Joy cannot take accountability. All she could have said was, yes, I doxed Dan, and I was negligent in doing so, but I did rectify it. But clearly Katie Joy couldn't do that. Instead, she tried to make an innocent person look like the bad person. This demonstrates, or should demonstrate to people, who without a crystal ball truly is. She is a dangerous person. She at this point needs to be known as Miss Dox-a-Lot because she loves doxing people. She has no problem doxing people. She has been doing this for years. She was absolutely rude to Charlotte and owe Charlotte an apology. Not that it's going to happen. Katie Joy has a lot of self-reflecting to do, and people need to do their research and look into who Katie Joy really is. No one in these YouTube streets that are on her level respect her. She has to go to smaller creators who have no idea who she is for her to bullshit them so she can gain allies. In the beginning, she also had another TikToker on with her, and I enjoy actually watching this TikToker. And what just made me scratch my head was when a comment was made that Katie Joy is always being sued. This TikToker actually stated, you must be saying the right things. No. Definitely Katie Joy is not saying the right things. Katie Joy lies. Katie Joy digs into people's personal lives, and she goes too far. And here she is now trying to build her TikTok following and talking about her lawsuits and trying to rewrite history. Let this just be a heads up for whoever in the future wants to align with Katie Joy, join forces with Katie Joy, or even just want to be a source for Katie Joy. She will turn on you. It is inevitable. Katie Joy is in a bad place right now. She is so proud of being this archival consultant on the Netflix docuseries Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult. She truly felt that this docuseries was going to be her saving grace for getting out of a $40 million lawsuit in damages if held accountable. She truly thought that this docuseries was going to vindicate her. Unfortunately, nothing has happened to date. She also felt that this docuseries was going to elevate her. Unfortunately, it didn't. It was the total opposite. It hindered her. Her sub count stayed dormant for a long time. Only until she turned on Gypsy and the Blanchards, her sub count went up 12,000 new followers in less than 2 weeks. Yet when her docuseries released, she didn't even gain a damn thing. And that is why, in my opinion, she has all this drama going on about her family being harassed. It is exactly what went down in a lawsuit with Tati. It's like cut and paste. Just saying. Moral of the story, without a crystal ball is not the victim. It was her own stupidity that got her to where she is today with Gypsy and the Blanchards. No one else is to blame but her, and no one should feel sorry for her. She cannot be trusted, she lies a lot, and she will fabricate whatever she needs to become the victim. So you guys, that's it for now. There is so much more to come. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch this video. I truly appreciate it. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Please be safe out there, be kind to one another, and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.